going to be going over everything that you need to know about prism deviations, prism energy, and why you might want to reconsider the country you pick for the newest Once Human game mode. That would be PrismVerse's Clash. So let's just jump right into it because I don't want to waste anyone's time and go over the prism deviations, the prism energy that you can get from those deviations, and how you can acquire them. So first off, you've got the electric eel. This is going to give you 10 prism energy and can be found by fishing in contested areas. It needs to be in contested areas, though. Next up, you get the Digby Boy and the Lodging Beaver. Again, 10 prism energy, and you're going to be able to find them gathering resources in contest areas. So it'd be contested areas or areas where you can basically fight. Next up, you've got the Space Turner, Upper World Spawn, Extra Dimensional Cat, Grumpy Bulb, Dr. Teddy, Mr. Wish, and Mrs. Effie. Now, these are going to be giving 10 Prism energy. And it's worth noting here for all the 10 Prism energy creations, it's sort of based on the level, so it might be a little bit more. Also, for those that I just listed, you're going to find them in public crisis events in contest areas or contested areas again. Now, let's talk about a few of the more unique deviations that have been added just for this mode, or at least just for this mode so far. First, you got the Berserkosaurus Rex. This one gives 200 prism energy, and it can be found in the public crisis events. The Dark Side, Dig to Hell, Paradise Lost, Operation Chiron, and the Minibus. The Radiant one can also be found in all of those events, the only difference being it gives 400 prism energy. There are a few caveats though, so we're going to be getting into that because different phases allow you to do different things. And these last two, they're only going to unlock for certain phases. So for the Berserkosaurus Rex, it's going to only spawn during phase 2 and 3 of the season. And for the Radiant one, it only spawns in phase 3. So for the Radiant one, you only have 7 days to get it, and 14 days for Berserkosaurus Rex. Well, all the others can be spawned and captured over the whole game mode. It's also worth looking at this graph and taking in some of the notes because there's some timings that apply here. So you'll notice one of the big things I think to call out is every day from midnight to noon, all buildings are under protection, receive 70% less damage from opposing metas. So what that means is you can play into that, and if you're okay with a little bit of lag, which could hurt your PvP, but if you're like me, it doesn't really matter because lag is the least of my problems. Maybe you want to change the times. I've been playing the Japanese version because I took 3 months off to hang out in Japan. Maybe I'll stick with those servers just to use that time advantage. I don't know, just to play with the time advantage. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's just something I thought I'd call out. So do consider which server you're signing up for because times do actually matter in this one. Also note the unlocked game modes and all that, but we're not going to go over that. Next up, we have one more thing to go over, and that would be how to secure prism deviations. You must be in a contest area to secure prism deviation. They can't be secured in a safe zone, basically. Prism deviations can take between 30 minutes and 2 hours to secure, depending on the rarity. It also depends on the faction sizes. So if your faction has less people than the opposing faction, and depending on the amount, it's going to change. You get a little bit of an advantage when it comes to securing deviation. So it takes you less time if your faction is, well, if it has less people. And finally, regarding prism deviation escapes, they're going to escape from you if you teleport, enter a safe zone, are defeated by another player. That makes sense. Enter a dungeon while carrying a prism on your backpack. If you have a securement faculty in your territory that is destroyed, and that's one containing that prism, those are all reasons that they're going to escape. It's also worth noting that while you're carrying a prism, you're going to show up on the enemy maps. So be prepared for that. And while you can have multiple prisms, the more that you have, the more exact your location is going to be on the enemy map. So you can play with this. There's a lot of cool strategies that can come in here. If you're wondering a few that I think might be worth using, if you get a team, maybe get one player with a lot of the prisms, get the enemy team to come in there to try and take them on, shoot that enemy team up, and then you can escape to your territory to try and secure them with a little bit of a boost because you maybe threw them off a little bit, made them respawn somewhere. I don't know. In addition to that, I think it's all going to come down to just timing, how often people are online, how often people can get together, and how good people are. So I wait to see some tactics that everybody has. If you got any questions, comments, or anything like that, leave them down below. Otherwise, I hope you all have a good day. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, say hi to everybody, and make sure you touch something other than grass. Until next time, peace.